Greetings, Bronson here, also known as Hazmat for Meta Mondays. Um, Before I start, I've gotten a couple private messages asking, hey Haz, how come you don't do a project every how come you don't have a submission every Monday for Meta Mondays? And that is because I do not have something ready every Monday. It's that simple. My movies tend to be fairly ambitious, no matter how simple I try and keep them, because I obsess over ridiculous things, and so I don't tend to pound out movies very often. And my submissions for Meta Mondays tend to be projects I'm making, or equipment I'm using, or something like that. And this, so that's why I don't have something every Monday for Meta Mondays. This submission is another prop. Now, the reason that I'm going to show this prop, even though it's not connected to hazmat or really superhero stuff in general, is because the application is pretty limitless in how you could use it for your own movies, etc. What I made was a helmet for my son, uh, kind of a spooky Age of Conan Skyrim warlord helmet thing, and it's made from cereal boxes, tin foil, hot glue, paper mache, staples, thumbtacks, and paint. Um, I've still got some things to do. I still want to work on these horns and get them uh, just the way I want them, and then I'll paint them and glue them into place. And but it's almost done. The project's almost finished. Now the way this is done is you take it has to be non-corrugated cardboard. That's why I say cereal boxes, but boxes from Ritz crackers, anything, any non-corrugated cardboard will work. And just make a band, about a 2-inch wide band, that goes around the head, and then you take a whole bunch of little ones. You can see inside there. You take a whole bunch of little strips that are about a 1/2 inch wide, and you stand them straight up off of it like they're sticking up like a crown all the way around it, and bend them all in so that you have a domed skull cap. Secure them, glue them in the middle. Now, I say glue because that's what I did, but I learned some things while making this. You do not want to use glue. You want to use staples, because as you start applying other things like paper mache to it, and you can't hurry the process along with a heat gun very well because your hot glue lets go, and your carefully constructed uh, framework that you have everything sitting on rapidly becomes several different pieces all over again. So staples for that, not hot glue. So you have your skull cap made, and then you just take panels of non-corrugated cardboard and you bend them around. You bend them around the skull cap and trim up the bottom the way that you want it. I cut this shape out. Then you have to cover the whole thing. Once you have it done the way you want, you have to cover the whole thing with tinfoil, because if you try and put paper mache on cardboard, non-corrugated cardboard, it will sog through it, and you will have a mess. You will not have anything usable at all. So you must cover it in tinfoil. And then for the paper mache process, I used brawny paper towels instead of newspaper. And the reason I did that is because brawny dries very hard. When you use just a normal paper mache solution of flour and water, and I add Elmer's glue and salt, when it dries very hard like wood, and you can sand it. Now I didn't sand this one down too much because I wanted it to have a beaten iron look, an Iron Age uh, look to it. But you could sand this very, very smooth if you wish to. And then I took some craft foam that I'm going to use for another project, and I made this ridge, and I went around all the edges with a half-inch wide strip. I went around all the edges so that they're raised, and then jammed thumbtacks into it, and then took some copper-colored paint and detailed it up a little bit. The reason that this is so applicable to metafiction stuff is because you can make a space helmet, a robot head, even body armor this way. It's cheap, it's very easy, it's pretty forgiving, um, and it doesn't really take that much time. Especially if you have, like I said, if you have a heat gun, because you can really speed that process up. I love using Brawny now for paper mache projects because it really hardens, very, very stiff, very durable, and I hope that proves to be something that can help you creatively get into your props. Nothing, nothing makes me happier than fun props that don't cost anything. I have the most expensive thing about the whole project was the roll of tinfoil and the paint. One roll of paper towels, one roll of Brawny paper towels, if you use that, goes a long way. So have fun, enjoy, and I will see you on another Meta Monday. Happy Thanksgiving. Bronson out. Be strong. Stay safe.